Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my picks for my favorite Thanksgiving horror films. I am a sucker for a good holiday horror movie. I think that the most enjoyable way to spend any given holiday for me is to be able to put on a horror movie that matches the day. However, there are not a lot of Thanksgiving horror movies, but I think that the six that I put on this list are a lot of fun for me personally, and I get enjoyment out of all of them. The first one that I want to talk about is Pilgrim. This one is actually from Hulu's Into the Dark series, and in it we have a family that decides to hire a group of historical reenactors to come into their home and show them what it would have been like at the first Thanksgiving. However, these actors that they have hired are unhinged method actors. And this one is definitely dark and gory and just kind of a wild ride, but it is so much better than I expected it to be, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't yet. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Christy. In this one, we have a college student named Justine who decides for financial reasons that she is going to stay behind at her college on Thanksgiving break, even though there's almost no one left on the campus at that point, and she ends up being targeted by a group of killers. This one is very tense and suspenseful, and I think that, if you really like cat and mouse type horror, you're going to enjoy this one. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Blood Rage. This one is about a set of twins, one of which has been institutionalized for a lot of years for a murder that had happened in the past. However, that twin gets out of the institution, and then there is a new murder spree happening at an apartment complex, and it all takes place at Thanksgiving. So this one is definitely fun for any fans of cheesy 80s horror, but if you aren't into that, you're probably not going to like this one because there's not a lot to it beyond that, other than maybe like a good one-liner or two. But I really love 80s stuff, so this one works for me. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Thanksgiving. This one is definitely a B horror classic. In it, we have a group of college students that are being terrorized by an evil turkey that is enacting the revenge of a Native American shaman from centuries prior. This one is definitely as dumb as it sounds like it would be. It is just one of the best B horror movies of all time. I know I had someone say that I should do a list of B horror movies that I like, and you can rest assured that I'm definitely going to do that video at some point, and this movie is going to have to be on that list as well because it is just so dumb but so good. And I think my favorite scene in Thanksgiving has to be where some of our college students are going to see the father of one of them, and the turkey is posing as the father while still standing at turkey height, and somehow the college students just think that it's the dad. I I don't know. You really can't make this shit up. I think it's just so funny. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Black Friday. And in this one, we have a group of coworkers who are gearing up to take on hordes of holiday shoppers during their biggest sale of the year. However, there is an alien parasite that lands on Earth, and it affects a lot of their clients. This one is awesome for the fact that it has a really good cast, and it's got some genre alums like Devon Sawa and Bruce Campbell in here. I think that it is a little bit ridiculous, but it's a lot of fun to watch. The last one that I want to talk about, and my absolute favorite out of all of them, is Thanksgiving. In this Eli Roth film, we have a town that has been rocked by a Thanksgiving night sale tragedy the year prior, and there are so many different people that lost something that night. So there are lots of different suspects for who could be doing this revenge killing spree that they are dealing with in the current year. And this one, I think, has something for everyone as far as Thanksgiving goes. It has really everything that you could want in a Thanksgiving horror movie. So first off, we have the Carver House. That really scratches the itch of wanting the historical part of Thanksgiving in there. Then there would also be a bloody version of like a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. The Thanksgiving night massacre itself, I think really helps if you want to see that Black Friday aspect of it. There's also a lot of great decor throughout, and then there are some really awesome but super gross food and food prep related deaths in here, better than I've seen in anything else. This one is just very bloody and a lot of fun, so much better than I expected it to be. I'm not a huge fan of Eli Roth films overall, just because so many of them are so much darker and so much more gory than what I lean towards, but this one being a slasher movie, it really just works for me very, very well. And it is actually the Thanksgiving movie that we have deserved as horror fans for so, so long. So, what did you think of my list? Did you agree with the movies that I put on here, or would you have put any other ones in their places? Let me know that down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for other Thanksgiving horror films that I didn't put on here, put them in the comments as well, because honestly, these might be the only ones that I've ever seen for Thanksgiving. I know there are some other ones out there, though, so let me know if any of those are good as well. If you liked it, leave a like on it and consider subscribing if you haven't yet for more horror content. I do post 2 new videos each week. You can follow me on Instagram for updates on my channel as well as additional horror content. You can follow me on Letterboxd to see what I have been watching recently and my brief thoughts on any of those movies. If you want either of those socials, they are linked in my channel description for easy access for you guys. I want to say thank you to everyone who has been following my channel so far. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed. My name is Devin. This is Carpenter Hill. Thanks for watching.